Hey guys, it's Dana and welcome back to my channel. We are on the 16th edition of Motivation Monday. This video is going up a little bit late. It is Thanksgiving Monday. Normally I post my videos in the morning, but my family Thanksgiving was yesterday. And the day before that was Jared and Marlene's wedding. So this is the first chance that I am getting to film my videos. So this will be filmed, edited, and uploaded in a single day. And our guest star, Mikey, is here. So today's quote is very apropos. As I mentioned, Jared and Marlene's wedding was on Saturday. And that is something that I had been looking forward to rather all summer long. Like ever since they picked the date, I was pumped. I was the first person that accepted the invite, and I think it was because I was able to watch their love story unfold. I saw the beginning friendship stages of their relationship before they actually started dating, and then kind of through dating and them falling in love. So the topic is love, and the quote actually comes from George Sand, which is a French novelist who was actually born Amintine Lucie Dubin. My French is not great, but it was back in the 1800s, and as I had mentioned, a novelist, and back in the day, women couldn't be novelists, so had a pen name of George Sand. I had been thinking a lot recently about Jared and Marlene's kind of love story leading up to their wedding, and then just love in general. It's coming up on cuffing season. If you're single, you'll know what that is, and there's a lot of different things now that I'm dating that I'm really taking my time and really contemplating each individual aspect of love and how to find a partner that fits within those aspects. So there's a lot of Greek in this, and my pronunciation is probably not going to be the best, but there's actually 7 different kinds of love, if you would have it. So Eros is the sexual love. It's love of the body, it's desire, it's passion. It's a very important part of any relationship, long-term relationship that is, and it's a very important part of your life and your health, not just your physical but your mental health. Sex is a huge part of that, and definitely something that I know I require in a long-term relationship. Then there is Philia, which is the friendship love or love of the mind, which is also something that's very important to me. If I cannot have long sustained conversations with somebody, there's no way that I could have a long-term relationship with them, or even something short-term. It doesn't really work for me. I have to have that mental connection. There's people that I have met that I was so attracted to. Like when I met them physically, they were so, but as soon as I started talking to them, they were brilliant, and my attraction grew, and that so turned into like very strong attraction. So mental connection is huge to me. And then I've had the flip reverse too, where I've met somebody who is like ridiculously good looking, but there's nothing going on upstairs, and then that's a big turnoff for me. If I can't have a conversation with somebody, why would I spend time with them? So that is another type of love of the mind and a friendship. So this is, I'm really gonna brutalize this. Struga, like I want to say Struga, which is like Italian, but anyways, it is familial love. So love between a parent and child. So love between my mother and I, my brother and I, my stepbrother and I, my nephews and I. The familial love, that's obviously not something in a relationship, unless your relationship you procreate and you create children, then that familial love and that bond would be there. But that I'm lucky enough to have it in spades. I have a very close, tight family, and like I mentioned, we had our Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and I spent the day with my brothers, and I spent the day with my nephews, and part of the day with my mom and my stepfather, and that relationship with your family is so important, and so important to your overall happiness. And for me, I'm very lucky. I have a great family behind me, and that's like, you get what you get in family, right? So I got lucky there, and I have a great support system within my family, and I have great people around me. Obviously, my immediate family, I have really great relationships with, but I think I've talked about before as well, my cousin Debbie, who is the cousin that I am by far the closest with. She's just a year older than me, and I feel that very tight, like almost like, because we're so close in age, it's almost like she is like the sister that I never had, because I grew up with brothers, but I am very lucky in the familial love. I have a lot of that. And then, of course, I believe that Mikey is my kind of child, so I get that love from him as well, too. Then there is AGAP, which is like the universal love, or love of the soul, kind of love of humanity, more like the kind of love, almost like love on the sense of basic respect for other people and the world around you. That is a love that we're 100% in control of. So obvious things would be like, in my neighborhood, there is a lot of homeless people and a lot of people with mental illness. I live pretty close to KMH, and then there's several shelters in my neighborhood as well too. But I would definitely say that there is a certain love of those people around me that are less fortunate. And it's more about the humanity and the compassion for those people. I'm not somebody that gives money every time I see people, because to be very frank, some of these people I see every single day. But I am more apt to actually give somebody food or something, like a protein bar, or something along that line, something that I'm carrying with me. I have to carry food with me oftentimes anyways because of my type 1 diabetes. So I'm more apt to do something like that, where to give them something that they can eat than give money. So that's more of a universal love, and I would say universal respect for people, and that's very important to me. Respect is extremely important to me in any of my relationship endeavors. I expect to be respected, and I aim to give respect back to people. Then, one of my favorites by far in the love category is Ludus, which is a playful love. It's flirtation. I am very flirtatious, and I think that for sure, in a long-term committed relationship, you need to be playful with your partner, and you need to flirt with them. And I've actually seen that through my mother and my stepfather's relationship. They have always been very playful with one another, and they've always been flirtatious with one another. That is something that they have in spades. And my stepbrother and his wife, they've been together forever, and I would say they have that as well in spades. And Jared and Marlene absolutely have that, and I just adore that flirtation, and it means the world to me. This is something that is a non-negotiable in a relationship. The person that I'm with better be able to flirt at the same level that I do. Then there is pragma, which is practical love, and this really makes me think about marriage and commitment and giving yourself to a family. You're choosing a partner to commit yourself to and to commit to growing together, and you're committing to taking your relationship and progressing it further and progressing your mutual goals together. So if you're somebody that wants to have kids, a mutual goal is having children together and then progressing those children through. Some people choose not to have children, so maybe their focus is on their careers, but as a unit together, so two partners coming together to become a unit that is married together, then their goals would revolve around, you know, maybe career, that sort of thing, and being each other's cheerleaders and cheering each other on. And I see actually that a lot in my cousin Debbie. Her marriage with her husband Aaron, they are both each other's number one cheerleaders, and that is something that I have always admired about them. And seeing Jared and Marlene get married, I know that they have this in spades as well. So this is the kind of love that creates that kind of commitment to another human being. And then, as I mentioned, if you're choosing to have children, then that commitment to your children, like Aaron and Debbie, they have kids together, and they've chosen to not only commit to themselves for life, but they've also chosen to commit to their family and their kids, much like my stepbrother and my sister-in-law. They have two lovely little boys. They've committed to each other, and then it was a little later on in their relationship that they decided to actually have children, but they are obviously fully committed to their kids, and I love seeing that dynamic of them. I love seeing what becoming a father has done to my stepbrother. Like, my stepbrother's a great person to begin with, but just seeing a different side of him come out, like when a man becomes a father, it is an absolutely exceptional thing to view. Innate in women is the ability to nurture other people. This is not necessarily innate in men. Most men, or from what I've seen. Even within her husband Mark, she talked about seeing him grow into more of a man with more of a life perspective because of having a child. And I absolutely see this in my stepbrother come out in spades. My sister-in-law, she grew up, her sister was much younger than she was. Like, there's like a 16-year difference. So I think part of the reason they waited is because she actually kind of helped raise her sister. So it was kind of like, you know, they needed a little breather before having kids, live their life, and create a good life together, and they had an excellent foundation. And then actually, once her sister's son was born, they loved and adored him, and then that's kind of when they decided that yeah, it's time for us to have kids. So maybe a little bit rambly, but the essence of what committed love is committing yourself to a partner and joint life goals. That's how I view that committed type of love. And then finally, I've talked about this before as well, it is referred to as saluta. My Greek is not good. Anyways, that is self-love, and I've talked about self-love before. This is something that you are 100% in control of. You're in control of your thoughts, your words, what you say to yourself, what you think about yourself, your opinion of yourself. That is 100% something that you can control and you can work on. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship that you're ever going to have. It is the longest relationship that you're ever going to have. And if you actually want long-term fulfilling happiness, you need to get right with yourself. And you need to get that self-love in on a daily basis. And what that means to you as an individual is different than what that means to me. For me, self-love on my daily basis is doing some kind of physical exercise. It helps with my health overall, but also it helps with my mental state, and I very much feel like, especially when I get the gym done right first thing in the morning, I have taken care of myself for the day, and I've started things out right. And that is one way that I provide myself self-love. The other way is taking care of myself in different ways, like a bubble bath is a great way for self-love. Manicure, pedicure, I actually did that on Friday. I got that done, and it's been a little while, and that was a treat for myself. Those things, those are all taking care of yourself. That is how you love yourself on a daily basis. And it's really the little things that matter the most. So not even necessarily spending money. Like, I spend money to go to my gym, but if I still wanted to exercise and not go to my gym, I could... Look at Mikey. My number one love. Oh. So, finally, self-love is really extremely important to your growth and development as a person. So self-love is very important to your growth and development as a person, and the more time you take for yourself, the better your relationship with yourself will become, and I feel like the better all of your relationships will become, because you take the time to love yourself. Other people in turn will see your value and love you as well. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do, and click the notification bell for email reminders. As a reminder, I am uploading videos every week on Monday and Tuesday. Monday is Motivation Monday, Tuesday is Tip Tuesday. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and always remember, life's a journey, not a destination, so buckle up and enjoy the ride.